DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Topic of this video is giving yourself as many chances to win as possible. Now, this is a topic that I have and will talk about often because it's really a discipline point. This is really about discipline and persistence and stick-to-itiveness, just staying in the game, whatever game you happen to be in, so that you can position yourself to possibly win, as long as you have some semblance of an idea of what it is that you're doing in the game. Now, those are two different things, and we're going to discuss both of them here in this video. So what this is really about is whatever game you're in, you have to stay active enough in the game, and whatever mechanisms or activities give you an opportunity to win in the game, you have to keep executing on those activities often enough to give yourself as many chances as possible to succeed. In other words, it's like playing baseball. The more at-bats you get, the more chances that you're actually going to hit something and get on base or hit a home run or help your team put some points on the board, right? So if you're in sales, for example, and you know that X number of cold calls leads to X number of sales, then you got to be making a good number of cold calls. You can just calculate how many cold calls you got to make in order to make your next sale, and you know how much your commission is, you know how much money you want to make. All you got to do is some simple math. You know what you got to do to make the money that you want to make. If you know that when you send emails out to your list selling stuff, you know what your response rate is, you know how many emails you got to send to get a good amount of response. If you know how much money you spend on ads leads to this much return on your ad spend, then you know how much you got to spend on ads. So all of these things is just simple. First of all, knowing your data, knowing your numbers, and knowing, all right, I got to do this much activity to get this much of a response, and making sure that you're holding yourself accountable and being disciplined to do that much activity, even if you don't know your numbers. Let's say the thing that you're doing there, the numbers are that it doesn't kind of work that black and white. For example, if you're a content creator, you're putting videos on YouTube, and you know that your videos on YouTube are how some of your best customers and your best clients have found you. But it's not like if you put out 10 videos, you get a client. It doesn't really work that way, because every video is different. Right? One video might produce more response than the last 50 videos all put together, but you don't know which video is going to be, right? The thing is, one thing you do know is that if you don't put out any videos, then there's no chance you get any kind of response from anybody, because you haven't put anything out. So the deal is, you know that you need to be consistently putting out content, even if your last 8 pieces of content didn't really do anything and you didn't really get any response from it. You still got to keep putting that content out. You still got to keep playing the game. And the challenge for a lot of people out here is that many of you simply don't play the game consistently enough. You play the game, but you play it like when you feel like playing it. You play it when it's convenient for you to play it. You play it when if things are working, then you keep playing. But when things are not working, then you kind of like let it tail off and you just stop playing. And before you know it, you forgot that you were even in the game in the first place. So this is the discipline. The discipline is staying in the game every day. If you're in sales, making your sales calls. If you have an email list you do and you market via email, making sure you're sending those emails out. If you got a TikTok account, making sure you're posting a new video to TikTok, every day or 3 times a day or whatever, however often you're doing it, whatever your thing is, the discipline is to stick to the process, even when you're not getting the results that you expected from the process. This is what my whole book, The Third Day, is about. And I have a whole framework about the third day. And we talk about this inside Work on Your Game University a lot. Is sticking to the process even when you don't feel like sticking to the process. This is what separates the professionals from the amateurs. Why? Because a professional is a person who shows up and does the job every time, regardless of how they are feeling. Whereas an amateur is a person who, when they don't feel like showing up, they simply don't show up. And nothing happens. And that's why they're an amateur, because they can't make steady money from their thing because they ain't doing steady work. So why would anybody pay them? Well, it's a trick question. Nobody would pay them. No, you wouldn't pay that person. You wouldn't pay yourself at that level of delivery. So you got to make sure you're delivering this way. And here's the key to the key, is that discipline. The key to discipline is not motivation or even mindset or even making yourself do something that you don't want to do. That's what a lot of people think they need to do in order to be more disciplined, but that's actually not what you need to do. Actual thing you need to do if you want to be more disciplined is you got to have the right structure. You got to have the right process and the right system. You put the right structure in place, discipline becomes easy because the structure is designed to produce discipline. So to give you an example, if you have a personal trainer and your trainer knows exactly what to do to help somebody lose weight, all you got to do is follow your trainer's program, workout program, nutrition program, diet program, recovery program. That program is the process that, as long as you follow it, it produces the discipline that allows you to get in shape and lose that extra 20 pounds that you're trying to lose and get that fat off your stomach and off the back of your arms. It's not you need to motivate yourself to be working out every day. No. It's you need a structure that makes it easy for you to work out every day because you know exactly what you're doing and you don't have to figure out what to do. You don't have to reinvent the wheel every single time. That's why structures matter so much. That's why process matters. This is why systems matter. So when you hear business people, entrepreneurs, you hear a lot of entrepreneurs these days talk about systems. Like, I help people with systems and I do this systematizing businesses and things like that. Almost every business person you hear talks about systems on some level. This is why systems matter so much. This is why everybody talks about it, because they matter so much, because they produce so much of an outcome when you do it the right way. As long as you know what you're doing, the system will produce a result. In any system, somebody claims they have a system, they should be able to show you how they have helped, or that they, at least by themselves, can produce a certain outcome over and over again. This should be obvious if they have a system. So this is what you need in order to make sure you're giving yourself as many chances as possible. Not motivation, not hype, not getting yourself activated or being more focused or more, more persistent or any of those things. No. You need the right system that makes it easy for you to keep swinging the bat. Because if you keep swinging the bat, even if you're not that good, eventually you're going to hit the ball. And then you give yourself an opportunity to again, put some numbers on the boards. So with all that said, text me and tell me the best point you got from this vid. My number is 305-384-6894. Also, when you text me, you'll be a member of my texting community, which means every day when I send out my daily motivation text, the free message I send out every day to help you be focused, sharp, and on point to start your day, you'll be getting it. Again, the number's down below in the description to this video. And Work on Your Game University, that is where I do all my coaching. That's where all my courses are. So any of you want to get access to my best frameworks like Bulletproof Mindset, Content Machine, Selling Yourself, the Work on Your Game system, and 40 plus more frameworks, go to workonyourgameuniversity.com. You'll see your options for joining the university. You got different levels you can join at. The link to that and the number to get my text or to text me is down below in the description to this video. Work on your game. Dre all day.